As a lifelong reader of National Geographic, I have been exposed to the world. As an artist with today's technology, I have been exposed to people from all over the world. With this special issue, National Geographic has chosen to make us more involved in the world. I'll be jumping into this issue in an art way. I have chosen to use topics from certain pages and make my own issue. Sometimes I will use National Geographic's layout format. Sometimes I will use the title from a chosen page. Sometimes I will use an image from a chosen page. In no way am I affiliated with National Geographic, and in no way is it my intention to deface National Geographic. This is a fun art project. Please play along. Use the hashtag AprilNatGeoArt, all one word, as your posts. Thanks and enjoy. Me, Beth. And my Instagram is at 4x8 Paper Stuff if you want to see it close up. So let's get going. So today is recovery. No. What is it? Okay, we're going to do my Hobonichi first. I'm doing a flip through. That's my Notre Dame page. I think I started here earlier, but that's where I'm at. And just a flip through of, that was the Easter. Anyhow, uh, I am really, really, really getting into this. If there's really bad things, I put something pretty on top of it, like that page. Um, and I've already said I chose not to put the extreme details of my mom and dad's passing and illnesses in here. Happy mail from Japan, a letter from Bella that was cute in her writing and her not being able to spell very well these days yet. But she is very phonetical, I have to say that. Um, Disaster and recovery. Root beer candy, a jungle gym with a tent over it that really doesn't look like that, but oh well. My Natgeo prompt list I put in here, and I really like how that turned out. I was trying to find out where we are today. There's a little clown sticker up in the corner of the other page for the little kids next door because the two twins are comical. The letter that I wrote for my mom and dad's friends with samples of the blue and white. Um, Here's Savannah. Check out this map. Jose Naranja, watch out. I was very proud of that. I am very proud of that. Tip ins upon tip ins because that's the only way I could fit things in. And I just, highlighted the day on these Hobonichi pages. I'm actually working on my journal already. I'll do a flip through of it when it's done. Because I've done so many junk journals, it's hard for me to go back into that. That's supposed to be a tree with moss hanging out of it. And then that little part right there is Jones Street, which is beautiful, beautiful houses, beautiful houses. My art, and sometimes my day flips over to the next day. And here's today's date with nothing on it, or actually yesterday's date. I always make my videos the day before. Um, so, oh, good grief, this is so fast. I hope the whole thing's not that fast. Um, Disaster and recovery. So to me, a disaster would be a plain page. When you're working in an art journal, a plain page would be disaster for me. So I had these tiles glued to the page in the National Geographic in case I wanted to use them, and I'm going to use them. This is disaster to me, a plain page. So recovery would be color, correct? Correct. And this is not another piece of scrapbook paper that was never going to use, and I used the back of it because it was white and just put watercolor on it, and now I'm using it, and I've had it for probably 15 years, but oh well. And then I'm going to add color to that also because that's just not enough. A complete recovery would be lots of color. And I get out a few pieces and I get out this luscious brush with my long, long handle and just where I have no control over it. I'm using it at the very end, almost as if I was using it on my left hand. And in hindsight, I might have attacked this a different color palette, but that's okay. That's okay. I wanted something that I had no control over. I accidentally kept a room key from the hotel, so hello. I don't keep them too much anymore because sometimes they charge you and sometimes I find them all that I have, and I have plenty. But right now I can't find them, so it came in handy. And so I was trying to think of how I could take this page and turn it into some kind of landscape. So I started adding sky, but that's not what the page said it wanted to do, and that's not what it turned out to be. But it is a landscape, sort of, and very abstract, but I like how it turned out. Not as much as yesterday's page, but it'll work. So then I saw this, and I started making my own flower flakes. Is that what they're called? Sticker flakes? These are petals or sections of flowers, right? Right. And this is another page that I did, I think a mop up page from my math textbook that I got for free at the free bin at the used bookstore. So, and that's one of my favorite things, and it was free. So it just goes to show you, you don't have to spend gobs of money. Um, and I'm headed back up to Charlotte today, Wednesday, because I'm actually finishing this today, uh, to go get some more of those modular bins because I don't have enough. And I'm going to clean up my room, I think, once and for all. So my sticker flakes turned into flowers, and I'm making um, flowers and a tree or something. Yeah, a tree with flowers underneath it. Our flowers are gorgeous right now. And we used to have a lot more hydrangea bushes. I think my husband took some of them out to plant other flowers. Boo hoo. Although the hydrangeas don't last very long. I would love to have hydrangeas wall to wall and tulips, but oh well. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It is recovery. The flowers are blooming. That's what happens a lot of times. We see a lot in the South where they burn things, controlled burns, and then everything new comes up. That happens a lot in agriculture too. So then I decided they needed some purple dots on their centers. And then I said, okay, recovery requires paper towels in my world. So I added a paper towel to uh, a pocket because on the other side there's a pocket. So I folded it up and put it inside the pocket after I cleaned everything up. So disaster and recovery. In the end, I'm okay with it. I found one more flake, so I put it up there. And then I started messing around. And then I remembered I had all this paint still on my table, and I was going to have a disaster there too. So I recovered it with my math textbook page and just started mopping it up. This is how I do some of these pages sometimes. It just you'd have to do it, right? Right. I'm not the only one. And then you use your paint water that's already dirty and clean up some of the residual. And voila, you're ready for the next day. Recovery. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Maybe not with a room tour of my modulars, but pretty darn close. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, I did write my disaster and recovery. Yeah, I like it. Bye.